Everybody, it's Robert from Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. I'm Robert, and I got hopefully a short video for you today. I mean, short when you're talking to me is kind of like, from LA to Phoenix is short instead of going from like LA to like China. But anyways, Robert, Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, and I got an eBay in the mail today. I don't know. There might be another one. The mail person was down there earlier, so we don't know if they delivered more, but didn't get an email saying that anything was delivered, so who knows if there's more out there, but that's fine. At least I got one, and I have some wonderful company here with me. I don't know.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, did you hear that? That's my wife, Pamela.
I hope I'm the company you were talking about.
Yeah. So, not gonna open any cards tonight. Don't feel like doing that. Been doing a lot of those lately, so I'll save that for maybe tomorrow or a little bit down the line. Got the darn line. What is it? Darn your socks or something like that? Don't they? That means fixing them, right?
Yeah.
Darn.
Darning them.
Darning.
Yeah.
How come when I say darn you get mad?
I don't get mad.
Oh, you get mad at darn.
Yeah.
Alright, so this one came from Harmony, Rhode Island, so that seems familiar to me. So, I mean, I have ideas what this could be, but I'm not too sure. And then I'm just going to show you guys again my pickup from yesterday. Got the music to your ears. Bondurant, I think that's how you say it. Number 57 of 200. And that is a genuine relic card. And one of these super fat one touches. Those are pretty cool. I did drop it a little bit yesterday and got a little tiny ding in the corner, but it's nothing that didn't just kind of wipe back. I don't know. And got a little humid, and it seems to be all right. But yeah, this card, I mean, it's a super short print, hard to pull. I mean, well, it's 200 short print, but we talked about the odds of pulling this was in the thousands of packs, and hundreds of boxes or whatever. It's just a weirdo card that Allen Ginter did. It's another one of those what people would call weirdo or oddball, but it's a hit, and it's a rare hit. These music to your ears, and it's just something different and weird, and I like kind of some of the different and weird stuff Allen Ginter does. I don't like all of it, don't get me wrong. I still prefer the baseball stuff unless it's like a big star or something like that, you know, or some other athlete. But I just love Allen Ginter, and I like that they do this kind of stuff. It's just kind of strange, and this is another kind of weirdo card to check off my list as having something that's just really different. So we'll take a look at this. Got this from eBay yesterday. These top loaders are super cool. They're super fat. I mean, that card's got to be what, about, I don't know, what do you say, about 2/3 of an inch? So usually the knuckle on your pinky between this knuckle and this one, that's approximately an inch on most people. So you just hold that up. So like if you're ever in a survival situation, you got a map and you need to measure something, that gives you a good idea about what an inch is if you know how to use a map. But let's see what her, well, she might not be a good example. So she would probably need to use her, let's see which one's closest. Probably your middle finger, yeah. So her middle finger and my pinky are about an inch. So if you ever need to use one of these fingers, not that one.
Okay.
unless you unless you're trying to like, go to some other planet where an inch is shorter than this here. So anyways, I'd say that's about a quarter to a third of an inch. Um, let's see, one, yeah, it's about a third of an inch. So anyways, I'll give you guys a good look at this. Let me get these out of the way. We know these self-focusing cameras don't prefer anything shiny. Alright, give it a chance to focus, which it does not want to do. I guess it's got a shortage on its attention deficit disorder medicine. Alright, there we go. We got some good focus in there. And that's a neat card. Got some other weirdo stuff coming in too. Don't always just get baseball players and just, or Andre Dawson. I like baseball players and baseball cards, but especially with Allen Ginter, I like some of the odd stuff. And we'll try to pick that stuff up, or some of the celebrities or minor celebrities or whatever. I like to get some of that stuff too. It's just, that's probably the only time you'll ever see that person on a card, to get their relic or an autograph, even if they're not worth a lot of money. It's just kind of cool. And some of those ones are worth a lot of money. Relics usually aren't worth a whole lot of money anymore, but this one is a different kind of one. And when is a Bondharan ever going to have a relic card again? It's not impossible, but this is probably the first one it ever got. It's probably the only one there will ever be. One of these 200. Anyways, I just think it's cool. Alright, there's the back for you. You guys want to read that? I showed this off in the other videos yesterday. No, I've been talking about my mom lately. Brother texted me today. I guess she wasn't feeling really good, and so they brought her back to the hospital, and guess she was in a lot of pain, and so they were worried about her blood levels or something like that, or they were, some of her tests, and so they brought her back to the hospital, and they don't know what's going on. Something, I think they were going to give her a transfusion or something like that, but they finally gave her some pain medicine, so I guess she's doing a little better as far as, finally getting attention that kind of just, rush you through the system, and most of us have parents or older people, or we've been through this before, and a lot of times you'll hear the frustration of people who might be on Medicare or something like that, or the VA, having trouble getting help, or they put stuff off for months, like, oh yeah, your eyesight's bad, okay, we'll see you in 4 months, those kind of things. So anyways, I know her being in pain and all that's not a good thing, but it does seem like she's finally getting some attention, some medical attention, maybe like checking her out better than they were before. So hopefully she'll be okay, and we're just praying for her, and hope she pulls through. She knows we love her, and yeah, she's been a good mom, and she's up there a little bit in age, so but that's what's going on in my world right now, and just work. We're having to work overtime, but what we're doing is yeah, it's not busy. We're not getting all the stuff that we haven't been getting a lot of what we expect, but we really didn't expect a lot from what we're actually working on right now. It's just you have to be there, so it's more just a lot of it feels like a waste of time sometimes, and it gets a little boring. So I was so bored today. I had all kinds of time on my hand, and I didn't even feel like watching YouTube videos. Imagine that. But we did watch Bob's Burgers last night, and it was really funny. And so I did watch it again today on Hulu. So that was cool. And then there's that new season of Futurama that they brought back on Hulu, and that's actually still just like Futurama always is. It's not like they changed it or went woke or anything like that. They're just like they picked up right where they left off, even though they've been canceled like 3 or 4 times from different stations. And it's just as funny as it ever was, and they're not changing it to fit some social narrative or anything like that. So I watched like 2 of those, and it's pretty funny stuff. And a guy who's in this set 2023, the guy who does the voice for Bender's in this 2023 set. So anyways, that's a cool card. I dig it. It's super thick, and it's just different. It's weird. Alright, so I figured I'd burn some time doing that. Giving you guys a bit of an update, letting you hear my wife say hello. Maybe she'll say it again.
Hello.
Wow. I like it too. Alright, and what's the other stuff that... I think the other things went into the binder, so I don't really have anything out here to show you guys. So maybe I'll just show you these things real quick again. Picked this up recently, that Casey Mize 2021 Clearly Authentic Casey Mize rookie card autograph on an acetate 2006 design Allen Ginter. So that's super cool card. Picked that up for really cheap. I just wanted to have another one off my checklist, so that's what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to do all kinds of different things that Allen Ginter has out there, you know. And so this is one. This is one. These are 2 different things. You can't get this in regular Allen Ginter. You know, this is kind of a side. You know, it's not an Allen Ginter in the main Allen Ginter set. Kind of like those wrestling cards. It's more like the clear. You know, it's even, yeah, it's much more like the wrestling ones than even say signature series from Archives, which just buybacks. And then this, of course, part of the regular set, but it's a really rare and oddball pull. So that's just kind of the different things I'm looking for. Hopefully we'll be getting some more stuff in the mail here soon. Like I said, I showed you guys some of these things. I recently picked up this Alex Kurloff rookie card, acetate, clearly authentic. Really, really cool looking card, really beautiful. I like it. I'm not a Twins fan or anything like that. So if anyone has Allen Ginter stuff they would rather trade, you know, like signature series or another one of these or mini framed autograph or something like that, you know, let me know. I showed the Pete Tuchlive, something like that. So I'll start pulling some of the stuff out that I have that's cool that other people might like. Who knows? Maybe there's a guy doing tops, doing something similar with tops, like just trying to get all these kind of different things, or Twins or something like that. And he would love to have like the flagship design of this. So yeah, just let me know. I'll start rolling out some different stuff over the time that I'm willing to do like trades or something like that, because I don't really sell cards. I never have, not since I was a little kid, trading with my friends or picking something up at the flea market and selling it to the guy who had the card table or something like that. But yeah, there's stuff in my collection that I'm not married to, and otherwise it's just taking up space. So so yeah, if anyone's interested in these kind of things, let me know. Oh, and then something else happened today, and that kind of like, it's cool, but it yet bummed me out because, you know, Allen Ginter, this is only like just going past the 3rd week of the 2023 being out. So it just came out at the end of September, so we're not even a month into it. And so you know how last year went was it came out at the end of the year, like in November, and then you had to wait a couple months, and then Allen Ginter X came out, and then a couple months later, then Allen Ginter Chrome came out. Well, apparently on the 20th, which was 4 days ago, because today's October 24th, 2023, just so you know, it's a Tuesday. Allen Ginter X came out. I didn't even know about it, and I don't really watch Tops.com, like keep track of it. So I seen that somebody was selling some on eBay. So I go over to Tops and looked up the Allen Ginter X, and of course they're all sold out. And really, Allen Ginter X is like, if you want to get a hit, that's what you buy, and they're not expensive. They're like $30 or $40 cheaper than even the regular Allen Ginter, and you're guaranteed one mini framed autograph. So I didn't even know it was out, and so it's been out for a few days. It's all sold out, at least on Tops. And of course, if you get in the secondary market, like this first week, you know, they're gonna jack the price up $40 or so. So I'm not gonna do that. Maybe the local card shop finally got some this year. But that sucks. I wish I knew. Like, I didn't realize it was gonna come out this soon after the regular set came out. But I guess they're playing catch up this year, and they're trying not to stretch things out like they had to the last year. Anyway, so I did find one of those pages that was selling singles of the minis, and with the little drop box. And so one of them did have an Andre Dawson mini, just the base. And so I ordered that today, and that's just a couple dollars with shipping. But I didn't see the high number, like the 380 card. So I don't know. When I was reading about it, it looked like they said they were doing the whole 400 cards, but I guess it would just have to be the full size card, because yeah, the mini would have been a RIP exclusive. So that's why I didn't see the mini as that, because I think you can, on Allen Ginter X, you can get all first 400 cards in the full size X. They don't do all the weirdo stuff. They may have like one or two subsets that they do, and that's usually just the minis. Like last year, it was inside the park, and I can't think of what else it might have been, but maybe it was just inside the park. No, I think it was What a Steal as well. So usually they only take like two of those subsets or insert sets. So this year, let's say it would be like the Save Room for Dessert, and maybe the maybe Music to Your Ears, or the Only In, something like that, in the minis. But no, that would be for Chrome. So for Allen Ginter X, I think all you get in Allen Ginter X is, so this year they're doing 400 full-size cards. Everything over 301 is a short print. And I'm calling everything over 350 a high number short print. So you can get the 400 cards in full size, and then you would only be able to get the minis up to 350, because they don't have RIP cards, and the last 50 minis are RIP card exclusives. So I guess to keep those exclusive, they don't put them in Allen Ginter X as just like a base card that you could pull, and since they don't do RIP cards, you can't get them. So then you can get the mini frame autographs. I don't believe they have any full-size autographs. And then they also have the red mini numbered to 5 and the silver mini numbered 101. And then they do have a few different frames for the framed mini autographs. So you can get numbered, I think maybe 3 different numbered, one base, one maybe to 100, and then maybe 1 to 10 or something like that. But you can look it up at the checklist online. But nevertheless, so I guess that answers my own question. But yeah, hopefully I can pick some of that up, because that's your guarantee. If you want to get a hit from Allen Ginter and you want to get a good one, Allen Ginter X is the way to go, because you're guaranteed that autograph. And I don't know if I don't think that they have all the same people autograph like they would normally do in Allen Ginter. Because you know, Allen Ginter doesn't have like all 400 people sign a card, they just have like 100. And so it would probably just be the same people that are the main autographs. Anyway, so 20 minutes into it and haven't gotten anywhere. But I figured I'd show you that, guys, and talk about Allen Ginter X. So hopefully I can pick some of that up because I didn't get any last year, at least the 2022. So, alright, so this one here, once again, eBay. And that's from Harmony, Rhode Island. So, it's about as far from here as you can get without going to Maine, I suppose. Alright. Okay, what do we got here? Nothing in that envelope. Is it envelope or envelope?
Tomato.
Okay. Alright, let me get my glasses on here. Bring your game, thank you. Okay, well, thank you too. Alright, I don't know if this is the receipt or just to keep the cards from sliding around. It looks like to be a receipt. Alright. Bring your game, eBay. Don't want to give it away. So let's see what we got here. Alright, cool. This is another cool one for me. It's another cool few for me. So bear with me. I'm going to give you a little hint. Okay, there's a white of the card. Oh, what year could that be, folks? I've talked about this in my other videos, so if you've seen those, I imagine if you've seen these, it's going to be about a year into the future from now, because I don't really have any traction going yet, but that's not why I'm on here. I'm not trying to get like views and subscribers and all that. I just want to talk about the cards that I like. Alright, to put these in a super thick one of those super thick one touches, so there's 2 cards in there at least. No, that is not the invisible card. Come on, people. You should know by now. I already have 2 1-of-1s. This is the air card. See, that's full of air. Like me, full of hot air. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these out of these penny sleeves. And I guess this card here will give me something else to talk about. It's just amazing how these cards just have that patina on them, which I think that's just the card stock they used. I think in like fine art world you would say that's like not an acid free paper. So who knows how are these cards going to look in 100 years, unless they were just made to be like this. I don't know. But these 2 cards are going to be short prints. So we're on a short print run here. And okay, this is a 2006 original Topps Allen Ginter. Don't get confused with the 1887 original Allen Ginter cards. But this is the first year Topps Allen Ginter 2006 short print. And this is one of the marquee, what they called them back at the time, like the marquee people in the set. And basically that means like the celebrity chase cards or the non-baseball chase cards, but the more popular ones, like the ones that were going to be a little more popular, like Danica Patrick or Hulk Hogan. So I figured I already had the Danica Patrick, but I knew this was a pretty cool card and that a lot of people liked, and her autographs go for a lot. So there you go. It is Miss Jenny Finch. So there you go. Class. Now these are full-size cards, and there's your 2006 Allen Ginter design, the same font and color as the original 1887s. It says Brooklyn, New York, and Topps instead of Richmond, Virginia, and cigarettes. But Jenny Finch, you know her. She's the Olympic softball player, really popular back then. I believe she does some of the maybe she does some of the announcing for Major League Baseball, or because I know what's her face does it for what was that girl's name that did it like when the KBO was on?
Yeah, I can picture her, but I can't think of her name.
But I think Jenny Finch, she's more like a field reporter if she does that, like at the All-Star games, and I think she's the one that has the celebrity softball tournament, like the one where Andre Dawson was in and the ball was popped up and he was playing first base and he missed the ball and it hit him in the head. I know, Andre. All right, so there you go. That's number 303, Olympic softball, Jenny Finch. So a lot of people like her. She was really popular back then. And so it's always nice to get one of the lady cards or female or woman cards from Allen Ginter, especially early on, like the Danica Patrick. They do have some other popular ladies in the set, and that's always cool that they include them too, and it's an inclusive set. You can get women, you can get men, you can get dogs, you can get crabs, not those kind of crabs, but you can get crabs, snails, dirt, birds. Hey, we did get a bird card. She's a finch. So she's going to fly through the screen just like the bald eagle and the condors and the hawks. So, oh, and that's one of the funny things I was looking at today, because I was looking at the 2023 checklist, because I was looking for some of the other different weirdo stuff, and that was the other thing, when I was looking at the tops or online or something, and I was like looking at the World Series cards, the super short print set there that are in the 2023 Allen Ginter World Series, which would be all the Houston Astros. And one thing I looked at, it just said World Series, and I was like, oh, maybe those aren't minis, maybe they're full-size cards. And so then when I was looking today, no, they are mini cards, so they are the hardest minis to get along with the uniform countdown. But as I was going through there, I was kind of seeing what other kind of weirdo stuff that they had this year, and just like copying and doing a search. And then I came across the I don't know if it was the DNA relic or it was the it was like one of the weird relics that they were doing, like where you had the fossilized this or some fossilized troglodyte or something like that. And in that set, it said a Caldodorico or something like that. And so I looked it up, and so it was another one of these cards, like a similar, like a thick, I don't know if it was that thick, but it was like a thick relic card. They had a relic in it. Then it showed the thing, and I was like, what is that? A little microscopic insect, like one of those water babies or something? Water bears? Like those things that can survive in space, those little like mites. And then when they put them on the microscope, they're all like really weird looking. And I was like, is that what that thing is? What is that? Like a fossilized insect or something? But it was big. And so then I like copied the name down of just what it said, and I did a Google search on it, and what it pulled up was, it is fossilized animal poop. From, so then scientists can break it apart and see what the animals were eating a couple million years ago or whatever. And so there's a 2023 Allen Ginter fossil card of poop. So there's really a card out there. Honey. A Shih Tzu card is out there. And I ain't talking about the dog. So there's an Allen Ginter card with a poop relic, a fossilized poop relic with an image of the poop up here. And that's like a super, super short print, like even harder than these. And so that's just funny that, yep, Allen Ginter's has gotten to the point where they'll give you a poop card. And the thing was going for like $1,200 or $2,600 or something. So that's just awesome. As you gotta love Allen Ginter. There's always some goofy angle that they're doing. Anyway, so let's take a look at old Jenny here, and that's what I was talking about. You can see the yellowing of that paper, but I think that's common in a few of the Allen Ginter sets. So I don't know if it's acid in the paper like you wouldn't want on your like frame or something, or your matting if you were like framing a picture, or if it's just kind of made to be that patinaed look, just to give it that old feel since it was the first set, you know, in honor of that 100-year-old set, 100 and plus whatever year old set. All right, so the world champions, Olympic softball, 303, Jenny Finch. Finch threw her first pitch at age 8 and has been making opposing batters as a U of Arizona Boo, All-American, and a USA softball gold medalist. Look like kids. Oh, that's a weird way to put it. Look like kids ever since. I don't get that. I don't understand. No one has done more for the sport's visibility with an underhand heater that tops around 71 miles per hour. Finch's rise ball is on hitters as quickly as a 100-mile-an-hour big league fastball. She was 2005's co-pitcher of the year in the National Pro Fast Pitch Softball League. Then it's got your 2006 small print. They didn't have codes back then. Try to get that to focus for you people. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense because you say, well, she's only throwing 71 miles an hour. And how is that, excuse me, like a 100-mile-an-hour pitch? Well, keep in mind, I think the mound for baseball is 60 feet, 60 inches away from from home plate. And I believe for softball, it's like 40 feet. So she's like 20 feet, 20-ish feet closer. So obviously a ball coming at 70 miles an hour has a lot less distance to travel. So you get a lot less time to like judge the pitch. And I guess technically you're supposed to be able to throw harder and faster underhand. Like it's just better. Like your body is designed to throw underhand or toss underhand than overhand. That's why you got all these shoulder problems and elbow problems for overhand pitchers. I believe the original baseball, like back in the day, that's what they used to do. They actually pitched underhand, but like fast pitch with the baseball. But they also, before it was like pros and like the original professional Cincinnati team, wasn't to strike people out. It was to let people hit the ball and then have the play on, you know, happen from there. And you know, so like striking people out wasn't like a thing, and hitting home runs wasn't a thing. It was like, okay, allow the batter to hit the ball and then let the fielders play the ball. And I think they also hit you with the ball like they do in kickball back then, because they didn't have gloves and all that, you know, where they'd throw you out at first. The idea was to hit you with the ball, kind of like wall ball.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's see if we can make any sense of this. Alright, and has been making opposing batters as a University of Arizona All-American and a USA softball gold medalist. looked like kids ever since. Oh, okay, now it makes sense. She made the other people look like little kids when they were batting against her. So that's cool. Jenny Finch, all-American looking girl, pretty. Doesn't she look like what's her face from All Girls Garage?
Yeah.
She what's that girl's name? Anyways, but yeah, I've heard her talk. She's pretty cool. She's not all, you know. She doesn't seem to have like an agenda. She's just happy to be representing her sport, loves baseball and softball, and she's more like a positive. Um, she's one of these USA athletes, especially from a women's team, that you can actually be like, yeah, I want to root for her. Unlike some other recent people who were playing for the USA who hate the USA apparently. But we'll leave it at that. Alright, so there you go. So, wow, for 2 cards, this is a long video. Jeez. Alright, and then this next one. And if you've seen my other videos, you might understand this one. It's still a cool card regardless. I mean, I got the Mark Twain, I believe. And so this one's cool. I mean, I've never read it because I think it's supposed to be a pretty hard read. And it's really long, but we all know the story. And that is 2006 Herman Melville, Allen Ginter's. It even says Allen Ginter. So if you hear me saying Ginters all the time, and it's Allen Ginter, well, they say Allen Ginters too. It's just language, right? And this is short print number 341. So only 9 cards in the set after this because of the regular set. So there you go, World Champions author 341 Herman Melville. So before I read this, let's see if we can get this well focused. I'm trying to see if it looks focused for you guys. Alright, where's my... I need to wipe my glasses, folks. Got some fingerprints on here, so... Like I told you before, the computer is about 1.5 feet away from me, the screen. And it's hard for me to look at the card and the screen at the same time with reading glasses because it's just kind of just the wrong distance. So, alright, so if you watched my other videos, you might know why I got this card, why I thought this would be kind of a funny, I don't even know if funny is probably the right word, kind of an interesting connection to my 2006 collection. So why did I get Herman Melville over any of the other cards that I could have got from 2006? Well, this has to do with, I'll get to it. I might as well just read it and then you guys can do the guessing from there. Let's see if my wife can figure it out. Although she doesn't like it when I quiz her.
Nope.
But she'll get this one. Alright. An American genius, New York-born Melville worked jobs both adventurous and mundane. Yeah, I know about mundane. Supporting himself as everything from a sailor to a clerk, in his spare time he wrote some of the greatest works in the American literary canon. Melville wrote brilliant short stories and novels, but it was Moby Dick, the white whale of his career and of American literature that made him immortal. That dazzled half-crazed novel endures as a true American treasure. Let me try that again. All right. American literature that made him immortal. That dazzling half-crazed novel endures as a true American treasure. Trasher. speaking of my mom, when I still have a little thing that I drew for her, like in the first grade, and like a Happy Mother's Day card on some construction paper I still have with some of my old photos from like photo day at school. And it was like, I love you, Mom. I treasure you. Trying to say treasure you because I was all into like treasure hunting and like gold panning or something like that with a buddy of mine when we were like in the first or second grade. And so I'm like, I treasure you. But I didn't know how to spell treasure, so I was like, I trasher you.
So cute.
Well, you know what's funny is like the one thing that I mean, I wasn't a troublemaker in school. I was a daydreamer, if anything. So if I was ever in trouble, it's because I wasn't paying attention, but I wasn't like a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get in trouble one time for something that I honestly, innocently did. And that was where, you had to do your spelling every week. And then they would give you like the test and tell you, okay, spell this word. And they would show you like the little drawing of the word. And one of them was a shirt. And that was one of the words that we had to study that week. Well, I've never been a good speller. And so then one day, the teacher calls my mom and has her come into school and to show her something that I did. You'd think that, oh, he drew a picture of, a dad beating his kids and starting them on fire or something weird like a psychiatrist would look into, right? And so it's an emergency. Oh, you got to come down and see what he did. So she goes down to the school and then she comes out and, why did you do this? Did you do this on purpose and all this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And so she shows me the paper of the test that I took. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, read this. And I'm like, reading it. It's like, okay, what does that say? What does that say? What does that say? And I'm like, okay, this says this says that. And then what does this one say? And I was like, oh, the boy likes to wear his. And I was like, shirt. And she goes, what? And I was like, yeah, shirt. And she goes, is that how you spell shirt? And I was like, I don't know. Well, needless to say, I left the R out, but that was unintentional. But the teacher took it like I was trying to
do it on purpose.
Do it on purpose because I spelled SHIT. And so my mom was mad, but then when she saw me trying to read it back to her and realized that I had no clue, it was like, oh, he's just a bad speller. Boy. So that was one of my little adventures in like first or second grade. All right, so have you guessed why this card was important to me? I even spoke about it before.
White whale.
That's right, because it's the white whale, and that's the common term people use for what they're hunting, what it is that is obsessing them. And so in Moby Dick, the white whale, Captain Ahab's white whale literally is the white whale, Moby Dick. And so he's going to go through hell or high water, and whether it kills his whole crew or anything, he's going to get the white whale. He wants revenge or whatever. Maybe it killed somebody he knew. I can't. Like I said, I haven't read the story, but I know the basics. So Ahab is hunting his white whale. He's obsessed with it, and he'll go to hell to get it. And so, as I've described in most of my videos, my white whale card is like what some of you guys out there, your white whales are 52 Mickey Mantle, 1914 Cracker Jack Ty Cobb, T206 Hannes Wagner, I don't know, the red off the shoulder Bat Ty Cobb, the Babe Ruth Gowdy card, or the Joe Jackson, Shoeless Joe Jackson card. Maybe the Cap Anson from the original Allen Ginter, or some Goodwin card, or we all have our chases. 86 Flair Michael Jordan, you know, or LeBron James, or Kobe Bryant, or Tom Brady, or, you know, we all have our white whales, and most guys are going after like those big ones like Mickey Mantle and or Willie Mays or something like that. Well, I always liked those cards, and I really liked tobacco cards. And I was fascinated when I was a kid. I would look at the magazines and wish I could always have one, but of course, even if they were like $20, I mean, what like 10-year-old or whatever could afford something like that? That was might as well have been $500. And so I was always fascinated with them. And then when Allen Ginter came out, like I said, I fell in love with them because they were that old style and they had tobacco minis in it. And then I got the sell sheet, which I saw Danica Patrick in it. We all kind of liked her back in the day. She was popular, and I saw that she had a mini card in there, and I was always fascinated with minis. So I was able to get a Danica Patrick full-size card, and then I eventually got a mini. But I knew that they had autographed minis in there, and she had 100. And so for the last 18 years, I've been trying to get the Danica Patrick mini framed autograph, as the prices has just continued to skyrocket. And when it came out, like 2006, I mean, it was already over $100 or more, and I just didn't have the money for that. And then every year it's just kept creeping up, you know. Then it was $500, and then it was $600, and it was $800, and now it's even up to like $1,700 for some of them. And so I thought I would never get it, so I bought the 10th anniversary one, and that was kind of like my placeholder, or the best I was ever going to get. But then, you know, and I was always hunting my white whale. I wasn't just going to go and buy it. That was the other part of it. I wanted to find it in out there in the ocean, let's say. So I was like crazed like Captain Ahab to get my white whale. Finally retired to the thought that I would never get it. Was going to settle for the best I can do. Even for years, I would just go and get like Press Pass or Panini, NASCAR, hoping that I would pull one of her autographs. Just say I was able to pull one of her autographs, even if it's not the card I ultimately wanted. Not to say I didn't want it, it's just not the one I really wanted. So then, like a month after I picked that one up, a guy had put one up for auction, and nobody noticed it. Nobody bid on it. I waited till the last second, put the bid in, and I picked up my white whale, and I didn't sink with it. It didn't take me to the bottom. I was able to pick up my white whale card after 18 years, and so here she is. There's my white whale, 2006 Danica Patrick mini framed autograph. So I just thought it would be neat to kind of have, you know, that's a relatable story to me, these two, and they're from the same set. So for the first 18 years, this is all I had. This is the first one I pulled of her. So I've always treasured that. And then a little later, I got the mini and treasured that. Treasured. And then I never bothered to pick up any of her other stuff from this set. You know, probably when it was more available and cheaper to get, like the Ginter's back and stuff. But now that I've pulled that, and I also have the 10th anniversary to boot to go with it, which I really dig. That's a cool one. I won't go into that. You can watch 10 of my other videos to hear about that. So now that I got that, I was like, okay, what am I going to chase now? Well, since I got this and I already had these two, well, I kind of want to get whatever other ones from this set of her I can get. And so then, like a week ago, I did finally get the black bordered mini Danica Patrick, so that's number 305. So that's cool. So I mean, I'm 4 cards in there. And I own 2 of the 201 autographs that she has for Allen Ginter. 100 from 2006, regular mini framed autograph. And then she has the 101 postcard from 2006. So she has 101 autographs in this set, and then she did 100 for the 10th anniversary, 10 in each year's design that were printed in 2015. And so I asked old Lixer what percentage of 201 is 2, and apparently I own like 99.8% of her available autographs in the world for this set. So I'm at just slightly under 1% of all her autographs. So that's just kind of neat. I mean, I'm not like, oh, I gotta have more than anyone else, you know. It's not like that. It's just, it's cool. And so the Herman Melville just seemed suitable when I came across it. I was like, oh wow, he's in this set. And she was always my white whale, and here's the dude that wrote about the white whale, and that's the term we still use to this day. So see, so that's what my videos are about, people. I'm not just gonna flip. Oh, hey, here's the 2 cards I got. We're done in 5 minutes. Bob's your uncle. Maybe I should, but I like to explain some of my thinking, and I like to give special cards their little day in the sun, so to speak. Yeah, look at this one's more yellowed than this one. It's just, yeah, it's interesting. All right, so number 303 for Jenny Finch. So I imagine there's a guy out there that's in love with Jenny Finch, or a super fan or something like that. And maybe he's on the same journey I was on. Maybe he had the Jenny Finch regular like I had with her. Maybe he had the mini, and he's always been hunting her autograph, because her autograph's pretty expensive too. I mean, there's other ones that are a little more expensive from this set, like, let's say, Mike Tyson, maybe Hulk Hogan, but this could be somebody else's white whale that they're searching for. So I'm just telling you my little story. And so yeah, maybe somebody's searching for this one, and they want this one, and then they want that. I don't know if she did a 10th anniversary. Probably did, because I believe she was one of the marquees from that year, and that just means the most popular of the non-baseball player people. So that's cool. I dig it, and that's why I kind of wanted to add it, so she would have a little buddy to go with her, and not just be the only girl in this, in the collection. And there you go, the white whale. Ahoy, I tells ya. And not only that, I guess I could have showed you my folder and showed you my completed talented set with all 20 birds that I finally got. But nevertheless, we did get a bird card. We got a finch. Woo, woo. Alright, so I'll cut it off there. Maybe I'll do a quick little recap video, so like a little 5-minute video, so that I don't go into all that and just show you what I got. Alright, I am Robert from Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. We had our special guest who I would give all this stuff away for free, or even pay somebody just to be with her. It's my wonderful co-host. You got anything to give to the people?
I love you, honey.
Oh, thank you.
Bye, everyone.
She's not going to do it tonight. She's not going to say Old Style Classics Baseball Jelly.
Baseball jelly.
All right, thanks, guys. Take care.